Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Peyton, a certified yoga teacher, and I've lost over 70 pounds just by doing quick 15-minute exercises like this and creating a happier, healthier lifestyle. And if this is your first time here, this is my dog Stella girl. She loves to participate in yoga with us. But if you are looking to live a healthier lifestyle, come over and join our school community. I'll leave the link to it. It's happyhealthy.club, but I'll add it into the comments below. But you can find workout videos on demand, healthy recipes, and help and support inspiration, motivation to live that happier, healthier lifestyle, because it's not something that we just practice for a week or two like a fad diet. Our health and happiness is something we have to live with for the rest of our lives. And it's good that we learn those healthier habits now rather than, suffer years later down the road. So if that's something you're interested in, come over and join us at happyhealthy.club. But this week I wanted to go over some of the common exercises that I teach in my live videos. So if you normally show up with me at this time, we usually do a 15-minute live workout. And this week is a little bit different. I have family in town, so I'm spending time with them. But I wanted to record a quick workout for you anyways, but guide you more through more of it and more of like a teaching style, just so you can get familiar with it. And the more you do things and repeat workouts, the more confidence you have, and you can actually notice the progress that you're making. And I would love for you to notice your progress, especially when you're working out with me, in not only your physical and appearance physically, but also in your mental and happiness, your mental health. So let's go ahead and get started. I love to start our practice with an intention. So I would like to read an affirmation card for you. But today's intention is, I wake up today with joy in my heart and clarity in my mind. And on the back it says, this is an amazing affirmation to help you start your day feeling energized. Make a conscious decision daily to have a great day. And I really love this one because we do have the choice every single day that we wake up. We have the choice of really how we feel and how we look at things and how we look at the world. We get to choose different perspectives, and I think that's really powerful. So I really love to wake up to choose happiness and health and love in my days when I wake up every day, and I really work my hardest to do that. But I just wanted to pass that along to you and hope it helps you along your journey. But let's go ahead and get started. Let's get started by coming to our mat in a cross-legged position. This is called easy seat, crisscross applesauce, whatever you want to call it. But we're going to come here in this position, and we're going to reach our left arm up here and over to the side for a seated side stretch. This is a common pose that I like to open up my practices with, whether it's online or in person. It's just a good move to really wake up for your day, to warm up your spine, or to cool down and get ready to go to bed. And then we're just going to move over to the left side. Take a big old deep breath in and out. And then we're just going to flow left to right here and really just warm up the spine and get ready to go into our practice. This feels so good. You can move this way or you can move forward. Really, you just want to move your body in a way that feels good. You just want to wake it up, get it moving, and do what feels good to you. All right, perfect. So now we want to come back to center, and I frequently like to move straight into a seated spinal twist here. So you're going to place your left hand on your right knee, look over your right shoulder here, and take a big deep breath in and out. And you want to be conscious that you're sitting up straight and pretend you have a string pulling up from the center of the top of your head, pulling you up like from the ceiling. So sit up nice and tall and really bring your head up towards the ceiling. Let's come back to center and move to the other side here. Remember, sit up tall, look over that left shoulder. Stretch your back here. And let's come back to center. Now, I would like for us to move into cactus arms. That's when you bring your arms at a 90-degree angle. And I like to flow here through this movement, which really stretches your shoulders, your upper back. It creates a good mobility and movement for the spine and the shoulders, especially if you sit a lot, you like hunch over your phone. So this is something that's really good to warm up the upper back, the shoulders, the neck area. So let's move through this 5 more times here. 3, 2, 1. And now when we get here, I want you to hold and we're going to pulse. So we're going to pulse our arms up and down here. And this is really going to create like a burn in our shoulders and upper back area and even this area here. It's a great toning movement for the arms, strengthening movement for the shoulders and upper back, neck area. Really helps with your posture. So we're almost done here and we're going to move straight back into cactus arms and into that movement. So I would like it if you keep your arms up the whole time during this process, but if you experience any shoulder pain or anything like that, please do not participate in. You can stay in this movement, you can stretch forward, you can really come into any movement that feels good for you. But we're just going to move through this 2 more times. 1. We're going to bring our hands back down here. And now we're going to move into a butterfly pose. So butterfly pose is when you bring your feet together and we're really stretching the hip and inner thigh area here. And honestly, the lower back, the pelvic area. I really like to flap my wings like a butterfly. This is a really good pose to do if you do sit a lot, if your hips feel like they need a stretch. So you can come into this pose anytime. Honestly, just pop on the floor wherever you are and just come into this, and you can lean forward, and then you will feel that stretch here in the inner thigh area. It's pretty intense. All right, so whenever you're ready, we're going to come up and come onto our hands and knees. So we're going to come up into a tabletop position here. So we have a flat back, which is very important. You want to keep a flat back. You don't really want to do this. You want to keep a flat back and make sure that your wrists are aligned under your shoulders and your hips are aligned over your knees. You have a little bit of space between your legs. So from this position here, we're going to move into thread the needle, which is one of my favorite stretches, and it's one of the community's favorite stretches as well. So we're going to come into thread the needle here. And you do that by bringing your right arm up to the sky and you look up above your fingertips. And then you thread it through to the left side. And for today's practice, I'm just going to relax here because this is more of a teaching instead of like a focus on workout. It's kind of just to learn what we do. So relax here, and this is thread the needle. So we are going to come back up and repeat that a few more times. We're just going to flow through that. But this is a great pose, again, if you sit a lot. Your back is a little achy, you need like a refresh, energy refresh. That's just a great pose to try. All right, so let's come back onto our hands and knees here. And let's repeat that on the left side. So let's extend our left arm up to the sky, look up above your fingertips here. And we're gonna thread it through to the right side and relax on our shoulder. You can also bring your right arm to your back here to relax this way. You can bring your arm up. You can also bring your leg out. So there's a lot of variations of this pose. And if this is too tense for you, you can always come back and relax in a child's pose anytime throughout this practice. All right, so we're just gonna move through this exercise a couple of more times. We're gonna do 2 more. One more, reach up. And we're gonna come back to all fours. And now I'm gonna want you to push it back into a child's pose. So child's pose is when you lean back onto your hands and knees and you lean forward with your hands stretched towards the front of your mat. We can breathe here in this child's pose just for a few more seconds. And a really good exercise and stretch that you can move through from this child's pose is you can go into a wide leg child's pose and you can stretch this way so you'll feel a deeper stretch here and in the pelvic area. But let's move up from tabletop position to child's pose. And this is a very good stretch to do when you want to wake up in the morning. You need energy boost. You need to stretch your shoulders. You have period cramps. This is just a really good exercise that you can flow through. All right, so let's come back onto all fours and let's push back into a downward facing dog. So in downward facing dog here, you want to spread your fingertips wide. You want to try and stretch your heels close to the mat as you can, but if that feels tight, you can pedal out your feet here. So when you pedal out your feet in a downward dog position, that really loosens up your calves, that loosens up your hamstrings, it loosens up your back, and honestly, your forearms. You can feel it in many different places. So if your heels don't reach all the way to the mat, don't stress that. It'll get there with time and practice. Maybe it doesn't, maybe it will, but don't stress that. Just go as far as what's comfortable. So let's take a couple of more deep breaths here in this downward dog position, and then we're going to move into a three-legged dog on the right side. All right, so take a big deep breath in, and we're going to reach that right leg up towards the sky in a three-legged dog, and we're going to step it through between our hands. Now this is called runner's lunge. A lunging twist is when you reach that right arm up to the sky, which is called the world's greatest stretch, which is one of the exercises I love to add to my practice. It is a full body stretch. It works every single part of your body. It is challenging. It's a great stretch for you. So many benefits. If this is too challenging though, you can bring that knee to the mat and you can rest here and you can just hold just like this. You can reach that arm up. You cannot even do that at all, and you can just stay in a child's pose. The point of this practice is to get you moving and to do whatever is comfortable for you, but you do want to remember to challenge your body. Okay, so now we're going to move back into a downward facing dog. We're going to take a breath here, and then we're going to move into a three-legged dog on the left side. So whenever you're ready, take a big deep breath in. Reach that leg up towards the sky. We're going to step it through between our hands into a runner's lunge. And you can stay here, or remember, you can bring your knee down to the mat. Just need to fix my shirt here. You can bring that knee down to the mat. And if it feels comfortable for you, reach that arm up to the sky and look up above those fingertips for the world's greatest stretch, or otherwise known as a lunging twist. And we're just going to breathe here for a couple of breaths. It's good to hold a pose. If you don't feel challenged, it's not likely you're growing very much. So you want to feel the intensity of a stretch without it being painful. So if any stretch ever causes you pain, stop immediately. Only do what is comfortable to you, but make sure you're still challenging yourself and your body. So bring that hand back down to the mat. Step your foot back into a downward facing dog. And whenever you're ready, we're going to walk our hands our feet forward towards our hands into a standing forward fold here. So if possible, try to step on the tops of your fingertips here, but if that's too far for you, you can reach your hands here on your knees. You can hold here around your calves or the front of your legs. You can hold at your ankles. You can hold on the floor. You can bend and hold just like this. You can bring your arms behind your back. Whatever your level is, do that. Don't do any more than you can handle. Also, don't bore yourself. All right. So let's take one more deep breath here and forward fold before we move into a standing or mountain position. So take a big deep breath in, extend your arms out to the sides, bring them up above your head into a standing upward stretch here. Look up above your fingertips, take a big stretch in, and bring your hands down to your sides. All right, perfect. My hair is looking crazy. All right, so let's come into the center of our mat here, and let's move into a yogi squat. Now, the yogi squat is one of my favorite stretches here. It's just a really good stretch that you want to practice all throughout your life. Being able to squat down helps you use the bathroom. It helps you pick up your groceries. It helps you play with your kids, your grandkids, your nieces, your nephews, your friends. It helps you do so many activities in your life. And if you can stay limber enough to practice getting up and down into a yogi squat, that is something that you can carry with you throughout your entire life that's going to be helpful and beneficial to you. So I really like to add that into my practice. Now, if yogi squat is too difficult for you, bend down to what's comfortable. You know, if squatting isn't at all possible for you, then you can come down to your mat here and you can come straight into this pose here. But I really did want to come back into a yogi squat. So let's stand here. And when you're in yogi squat, you can kind of put your hands into a prayer pose position and push your legs out using your elbows. You know, the further you push your elbows out, the deeper you feel the stretch in your hip and inner thigh area. You can place your hands on the mat here to help you stabilize yourself. You can really rest your hands on top of your knees, whatever's comfortable. But we're going to move on and we're going to do a reach up to the sky here to really incorporate our spine into this deep yogi squat here. And we're just going to flow left to right. Just one more time here. So bring that right arm back down, bring that left arm up. And then let's practice in yogi squat one more time. Big deep breath. I usually hold yogi squat anywhere up to a minute, 2 minutes. There really is no plan to doing yoga poses like this. Just do what feels comfortable for you and challenge yourself to what feels good. All right, so let's come to sit on our bottoms here. And let's come to lie on our back, and we're going to come into a knees to chest position here. This is called knees to chest. It's a great relaxing pose. Helps with back pain. It helps with period cramps. It's a good pose to relax in when you want to calm your mind and really reset your energy. Helps with digestion also. So let's relax and breathe here. Just a few more breaths. And whenever you're ready, extend your arms out to the side into a big Texas T. I live in Texas now. I recently moved from Puerto Rico, so I say a big Texas T. But we're going to lean our legs down towards the floor. This is called a supine twist. So you feel a deep stretch here and kind of like your lower buttocks area, especially too in your spine and your hips. But this is a great stretch to come in when you kind of You've been sitting a lot. Like you need to stretch out. It's a good stretch too when you wake up or before you go to bed. All right, let's bring our knees back up to the center here. And if that stretch is too much for you and then your knees don't reach to the ground and they only reach to here or here or whatever, that is perfectly fine. No worries. And if this is comfortable, great. If that's not, then you can bring your knees here and you can just relax and breathe and just enjoy this yoga practice and time for yourself. But we're going to lean our legs over to the mat here and we have our arms out into the big Texas T. So just relax and breathe here. And if you can, look over to the right. That's going to kind of give you an extra stretch here in your neck and upper back area as well. So look over to the right, over your right shoulder and fingertips, and relax and breathe. Now we're going to bring our knees back to our chest here one last time before we move into the final pose of our practice. And you can gently rock left to right. You can lean up a little bit and get even more of a little gentle back massage when you're in this position here. This is especially good if you have like aches in the midsection to lower part of your back. Great stretch. You can even move your legs, alternate like this, and relax your neck down. It's a really great stretch overall. You can even rock your knees like this. Nothing is wrong when you're practicing these exercises and stretches. Literally, almost nothing is wrong. You just want to be aware of your alignment and make sure that you're not feeling pain and hurting yourself. All right, so let's bring our knees down to the mat here and move into our final pose of this practice, which is Savasana and or corpse pose. So extend your legs out and bring your hands down to the sides of your mat with your palms facing up. Your palms are facing up so you can receive the good energies from the universe and the outside and release anything you don't want in your body. So don't clench your fist or face them down. Face your palms up so you can be a receiver of good things. So close your eyes here and relax and thank yourself for showing up for today's practice. All right, we're gonna come up onto our side here and come back into a cross-legged position just like when we started. And whenever you're ready, we're gonna reach our arms up and out to the sides. Bring them down to heart center for namaste. And I know I talked a lot during this practice, but I wanted to use this week, since I couldn't show up live and was with family, to teach you a little bit of the yoga poses that I frequently do so that you can gain confidence in the workout that you're practicing. Because the more that we do something, the more we can feel confident and the more we can see our progress. So it's really important that you, like when I call out a pose or tell you to do an exercise, you're not having to watch the phone or the camera. You know exactly what to do and you can go ahead and start practicing that exercise or stretch. So that's something that I really pride myself in, is teaching you the tools and the exercises and stretches that you can do so that you can exercise and be healthy and happy from anywhere that you are in the world. You can do these stretches and exercises literally from anywhere, at your desk, in a hotel, outside, inside, while your kids are sleeping, when you're making your coffees in the morning. There's just so many ways that you can incorporate health into your daily life and movement. Okay, so that's everything I have for today. Thank you for showing up with me. This one went a little bit longer than normal. Typically, I stick to 15 minutes of fitness, but today I really wanted to explain kind of what our normal practice looks like. I do put a little bit more of a variation of poses in there, but that's kind of the gist of everything. And if you're good on that, awesome. You just do you and keep on improving. But thank you for showing up with me today. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. This is your time. Nobody can take away from you, and you're absolutely crushing it and killing it. And make sure, if you want to work with me or join our community, You can do that at thehappyhealthy.club. Perfect. I will see you next time. See ya.